Thanks for tuning in to Through the Lens with Passion. I'm your host, Passion. As you know, this show is basically so we can critique, go through footage and films and see how we can improve. That way, younger videographers do not make the same mistakes. So that's our main goal. That is what we're trying to do today. The actual video that we are reviewing today is F.Y.N by Zay LoudPack and Super J. Fun video, very fun, bouncy video. And the goals: find 4 good clips, 4 additional bad clips that we can review. This was filmed in May 25th, 2022. Right? It was filmed with the Sony A7 III. And then from there, the Sigma 50 and then the Sigma 35. Those are both art lenses. As you know, I love the Sony A7, really the Sony Alpha lines, period. The Sony, the Sony FX3. I am waiting for that to arrive, so we're going to have some fun with that. And I'll be showing new projects with that. So I'm not sponsored by Sony or nothing like that, but I rock with Sony. But I will take a sponsorship for sure. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the concept here. Let's do that. All right, so the concept for this video, the F.Y.N video, as you can see, here's the edge in Midtown, down in downtown Oklahoma City, located in Oklahoma City at Midtown, clearly. You have Zay and Super J kind of making a plan to see who can get more numbers or more girls by the end of the party. Here you see Zay performing, so we have him doing his performance. It's in a sort of a dark room, and behind him there's a staircase, and I have different women positioned staggered down the staircase, right? There you have a performance where they're together. Super J and Zay are both together back to back. They actually do multiple performances there, and they have people sitting in their section. Fun fact, if you look really close, you can see my wife Candace in there. She jumped in there. Had to get her 5 minutes of fame for sure. All right, and then I also wanted to include it's a shot that me and the wife came up with on the fly, but I just think it was so cool. I replicated it maybe only one other video, but you'll see it soon. But it's really just a close up with the camera lights, lighting them up, showing that, oh, you're a superstar. You have all these things, focused on you, all the light or the intensity or the attention focused on you. And then you remove the light and attention. You throw, a red or a different passionate color, intense light, like right at the moment when you flip the cameras, and so it gives like a heavy look. But I really like that shot, so I wanted to highlight it here. So that was something just coming up on the fly. All right, so basically the concept: they're going to a party, meeting girls, seeing who can get the most. I have more to say, so we'll wait till we watch the video, but. Yeah, that is a Zay. I know for sure Zay brought that concept to me. I was like, that's cool. I think he either got it from an old movie or something they used to, he actually used to do in high school or something like that. But that is definitely a Zay concept. So for sure, he's always having fun with his videos. Big fan of Zay here. All right, we're gonna jump to lessons learned. So one of the things here before we jump into the actual video is filming the extras, right? Typically what I try to do, it's a fill out process. So you think, hey, the extras, they're there, let's get the talent first, get it knocked out, and then we can always go and get the extras later. That is not always the case. Sometimes you need to get the extras, especially if they are actually showing up to a party and they're not like paid extras. You might want to get them first, right? Maybe a balance of both. Make sure you get enough, because sometimes the talent may have to leave if you're on a strict time limit. In this case, we had time limits with the location, time limits with the talent, and time limits with the extras. But as we go down this rabbit hole, you're going to see that we needed to film the extras first, get everything done, and then we can come back and do the talent, because we could have did that, the close-up shots anywhere. So if we get the wide with the talent, and then any solos that we needed to get with the talent, then we could go ahead and get, or not the talent, but with the extras, then we could get the talent afterwards. So, but yeah, no, I mean, I think it still turned out pretty well for what we had. With the time crunches, I'm really, really proud of it. And then it actually taught me how to edit, a little bit differently. Just be more creative on the editing side. So we are going to jump into the video. F.Y.N. Forget your brother. Let's just put it that way. Forget your man. Read between the lines. We'll keep it PG. All right. So, Zay fly. So this is the scene where I was saying the girls are staggered up. We didn't have a whole lot of light, so we can only light them from the bottom, and we're using a lot of light on Zay on this one. And we'll keep rocking from there. So one thing I always want to point out whenever you're doing these red scenes, definitely film in log. I mean, if you can't just film in log, it's gonna look better, and you're gonna be able to have a lot of more control. This was not filmed in log. This is one of the picture profiles on Sony. I believe picture profile 3, but I've changed it so much I don't know what it is directly out the camera. But what we'll deep dive on here is there, and it's more on the editing side, but there's a way, because that red peaks really, really loud depending on, saturation and how you shoot it, especially if you're not doing logs. So one of the things you can, when you're rendering out this video, or specifically with any of those red hues or deep blues where you don't have the white to balance, which shooting it again, I'd probably spill the back wall in white, and then, or maybe throw the main talent in white, have everyone else in the background red, just have it kind of blocked off, or with a shade, so it's not hitting those guys. And then a top down shot of just white with a dome, or with a bloom, so it kind of goes down over them. Cone. Can't speak today. Said balloon. All right. So, but yeah. So that's how I kind of would change that shot. But I like the back to back. Don't really like the lighting. But when you're throwing out that red, there's an actual setting, if you're doing it in Premiere Pro, where it dials down the red so the TV doesn't show it up, or doesn't blow it out on YouTube or wherever you watch it, or on your phone. I can't remember the settings, but I'll put it in here so we can go from there. All right, let's keep rocking on. But I do like that red scene. They're partying, having too much fun. All right, so this is still on the chorus, and I apologize if you guys are seeing that cuss words, but we grown, we're gonna rock it like that. One of the things that I did learn was, or one thing that I did kind of put together was the split screen. I had to do a lot more than I was usually do, but the reason why I had to do that is because the extras ended up having to leave, and so I didn't have a whole lot of footage, so I had to reuse a lot of it. But this taught me kind of how to stretch it, slow motion, play with some of the speed ramping, different things like that. All right, we'll keep going so you guys can get an idea of the speed, and there you go. There's Zay in the performance. Lady, I love that red. Got to get a close up of the Jews, of course. Yeah, showing out it's a party, so you got to have fun. I love this shot right here with Zay. Zay, see, the thing about Zay is he's such a talented individual with writing and in acting. He's just multi-talented, and he's just an amazing guy. When you put a camera on him, he shines. So whatever shot you have, he's gonna make it 10 times better. So I definitely like shooting with Zay. Any ideas that I have, or he has, we'll get together and just we have so many cool videos. So I'm pretty sure he'll end up doing this show at some point in time. And man, that guy is hilarious. He's a good talent, and there's so many videos we have to pick from. So, but we'll continue to go from here. All right. The guy sleep on the pillow. Another one of his creations. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, we had some great extras in there. A lot of friends showed up, and it was just really a fun video to be a part of, for sure. Now, one of the things I will say, and this is coming up here, I try to tell stories within the screen. Let me pull that back for you real quick, see if you guys caught that. So I like to tell stories within the performances. So you see, and that's Silk. We did a video with Silk on the show before, of course. So this is Silk. I don't know if you guys remember, but this we'll just call him Extra One. Extra One is here talking to this young lady. He gets up. You'll see him get up, go to the restroom, and this is in the midst. So now he's going to the restroom, and as soon as he goes to the restroom, that's when you have Super J. He comes and talk to a young lady. Now that shot, I think we did it like 6 times, but we just kept trying to slide to get it perfect. So when he hits it, slides, because I had the slider with me. So that was an actual fun shot to do. But a lot of this is just run and gun. Zay had a location. When we got there, we came with the idea and just shot it. Keep that in mind. We had, it was an actual like pool there. It was people actually having party, drinking, a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, it was a good time. And those are always interesting to shoot because it can sometimes lend itself to the party. It's so much fun, but you don't really capture what's going on, especially with running guns. But in this case, I feel like the video, the song, party, everything translates to fun. And it's just like, hey, and I think this one particular scene describes the song in totality, right? Like you see Silk get up, Super J come in, and forget that guy. I'm taking your girl. So that's what you get. Bam, right to the camera. Another wonderful performer here. Just amazing talent. You got Mia. She's actually in the film here with us. She's doing. Oh yeah, that's a shot I want you guys to check out there. This is probably my favorite shot on here. Boom, right there. And you go dark for a minute and then boom, throw the red. So it gives you the passion. I would definitely recommend going to see this music video because it gives you a good feel of what's going on when you really hear with the music and the balance. And give Zay and Super J some streams on this one because they really did their thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. The only thing I would do differently on this shot is I would go wider and then a super zoomed up. I like how it's hitting his face, like maybe show like heads, like people's heads and hands and looking down in a circle and just have the camera directly down. But we didn't have a like a tripod that could do that or like a crane to attach it to look directly down. So what we ended up doing was just kind of getting really close, handheld, and kind of went from there. Like I said, it's run and gun, but fun video nonetheless. And I think the shot really looks good. And we'll keep going there. Perfect. And he really performed. I like the model. She was like really involved. she did really good. Everybody did really good in that. But yep, good performance. I really like the video for fun wise. As far as like things to change, it's really that red scene, not having so much red. Throwing some writing there. Where you kind of got a comb coming down, blocking it out, and we went through that. But that would be my main change. If anything else, maybe a little more solos with just the guys. And this is that old bro. I should have psych there. But yeah. So and we'll go ahead and jump from there. But yeah, 100%. One of the main things I would change was add more storyline, but we kind of ran out of time with the ladies. We kind of ran out of time with the venue, just because we're setting up shots and just running and gunning, trying to do what we can. I learned a lot on this video. It's just kind of like balance right? So you want to get as much as you can, and you want to get creative, but at the same time, let's keep a pace. Now, these are running guns, so they're a little bit different. You don't really get to plan. You don't really have a whole lot of shots. It's whatever you've done and you know that works. You want to rely on that, shoot it as quick as possible, and get out of there. A lot of times, you get what you get, and you have to fix it in the dreaded post. Nobody likes to do that, but yeah, you have to. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump to Through Another Lens. All right, so this is a new segment. I probably got about another 5 episodes that I'm gonna say it's a new segment before I start feeling like it's just a regular segment. But anywho, Through Another Lens is a new segment that we are doing where the project, music video, whatever we're shooting, what will we do differently as far as in like concept wise? If we had to revamp the whole concept, couldn't do what we've done where it's more like a party. It's just straight to it, right? Like it's party, straight to it. They're in there performing, cut in with a little bit of storytelling, but primarily just a performance video. Running gun. If we had more time, we were able to go back and do it Through Another Lens. It would be more like, and I don't know if you've seen this, and I might be giving my age, but John Tucker Must Die. It had Ashanti in there in the movie. But it's a really good movie. Well, I'm lying. It's not a good movie, but Ashanti's good in it. It's a funny movie. If you get time, I would say check it out. But John Tucker Must Die. It's basically, you have all these women that were dating this guy. He's cheating on them with all of them. So they make this new girl, kind of like a little nerdy girl. They make her actually really cool, like a cheerleader chick, to date the main guy, to break his heart so he feels like they feel. And I won't spoil the rest, but that's the synopsis. If we could have did something like that with more time, more women there, we could have made, something similar where you have Zay and Super J, both, like they both got the girl, like a main girl, and she's like jumping between both of them, and she ends up like breaking both their hearts. And then the other girls are like, yeah, we set this up. And you can kind of see them. You go back and rewatch Value because you see them maybe coaching her or hyping her up. And, she goes to the bathroom and they're telling her what to do. Or one is bringing over a drink and, they're giving it to him. Let's get to dark titty territory. We don't want to do that. But yeah, no, so, and then again, it's just Through Another Lens and imagining what it would look like with maybe a bigger budget or more time or what we would do. But all in all, I like the video for what it is. It's a really fun video. Anytime you do a video with Zay, I know there's other directors that have worked with him here in Oklahoma City. He is amazing. All of his videos and songs are awesome. So, yeah, and they'll tell you the same thing. We've had conversations, and I'm actually going to have a few of them on the show as well. So we'll talk about it. I'm pretty sure we'll go through it. But yeah, that would be it. The John Tucker Must Die. I think that would be a good Through Another Lens or segue or change, right, from what we had. But we like it. All right, so I don't mean to be a bum, but if you learn something, like something. I don't know if I said that right. Let's run that back. So, how the battle rappers say, where they like, yeah, it was like, slow it down. I just dissed you. Well, I think, oh man, conceited. Yeah, he's dope. But if you learn something, like something, folks, on the YouTube channel, my goal is to have 100 subscribers before my birthday, which is November 26th. We are getting close. If we don't surpass that goal, I'm gonna be mad. No, I'm just playing. Nah, it's something to go for for next year or for our next goal. We're gonna keep going for it, continuing to provide content for you guys. So feel free to hop on the page. This music video is on my YouTube page. It'll be tagged. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. You have a wonderful day. This is Through the Lens with Passion. I'm your host, Passion. You have a good day. Bye.
I just pulled up to the villa, dripping niggas thriller, hopping out the wheel. Go ahead and take a picture. Hold up, you gon' have to feel.